the dark god who was feared but could not be ignored. And at the end, one surprising fact that might just change how you see him. Chernobog is one of the most enigmatic deities in Slavic mythology. His name literally means black god, and he is traditionally associated with misfortune, darkness, disease, and death. References to him survive in early German chronicles from the 11th to 12th centuries, describing Slavic tribes in what is now modern-day Germany. He was said to have no known parents. He was considered an eternal manifestation of the world's shadow side. Origins of Chernobog, sources and historical mentions. The first known mention of Chernobog comes from the Chronica Slavorum by Helmold of Bossau, written in the 12th century. Helmold described the Palabian Slavs, specifically the Obotrites, as worshipping two gods, one benevolent, the other malevolent. The latter was called Chernabog or Chernobog. This single reference is the only direct historical source from that time, yet it profoundly shaped the later image of the deity. Helmold wrote that the Slavs believed all misfortunes and defeats came from Chernobog, while victories came from the unnamed other deity, often presumed by researchers to be Belobog, the white god. Image and cult of Chernobog. Worship of Chernobog was not rooted in love, but in fear. According to Helmold, people made offerings to him in times of plague, crop failure, or war, hoping to appease his wrath. He had no dedicated temples, but was occasionally represented in shared shrines alongside other gods. Interestingly, in that era, darkness and misfortune weren't seen as inherently evil. They were natural parts of the cosmic order, like night following day. He may have been depicted as a hooded dark figure or as a black idol, but there are no verified descriptions of his image. Our understanding comes solely from the name and attributed function. Dualism, Chernobog, and Belobog. In the 19th century, folklorists, most notably Alexander Afanasiev, popularized the idea of a dualistic pair, Chernobog and Belobog. However, many serious historians note that this duality is likely a later invention, influenced by Christian notions of good versus evil. Slavic sources themselves do not confirm a strict binary opposition. Rather than an embodiment of absolute evil, Chernobog represented the darker aspects of life, unpredictable misfortunes, illness, and death. His veneration was more about placation than worship in the conventional sense. Myths and folk legends connected to Chernobog. Due to the scarcity of written sources, no authentic ancient myths about Chernobog survive. However, oral traditions preserved in 19th century Belarusian and Ukrainian ethnographic records mention figures such as the Black Man or Night God, who appeared in dreams, spreading fear or illness. These could reflect distorted memories of Chernobog or be entirely separate cultural elements. One legend from southern Policia tells of a spirit who visits households at night demanding bread or salt. If refused, a child in the home would fall ill. This is a typical example of a demonic but not diabolical being, one that must be fed to avoid disaster. Disappearance and transformation of the cult. Following the Christianization of Kievan Rus and the Baltic Slavs, mentions of Chernobog nearly vanished. His image was absorbed or replaced by other characters, such as the Black Prince, Dark Forest Spirit, or simply the Devil, who were no longer gods but evil spirits or demons. Nevertheless, echoes of his cult survived in certain folk rituals, such as spring offerings to dark forces. These were not about worship, but protection, one of the core aspects of Chernobog's veneration. Chernobog, Not a demon, not a devil. Chernobog is not a demon or devil as he's often portrayed today. In the Slavic belief system, he represents the dark half of nature, like night after day. He doesn't punish without cause, but he demands respect. Ignoring him could bring disease, defeat, and loss. His symbols include black color night, waning moon, winter, absence of light. He had no defined physical form. He embodied the invisible, the unknown, the inexplicable. Even today, his name evokes fascination and fear, because darkness will always terrify us. Yet without it, there would be no light. Thank you for staying until the end of this story. If you enjoyed it, leave a comment, give it a like, and subscribe to the channel. Your support is what helps us explore more mysterious figures like this one.